Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to continue with my Let's Play of Help Will Come Tomorrow. Now we've got a blizzard, which means that going outside the camp is now to decide we must make it through this weather, so we're going to have to stay here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the quarantine spot, and I'm actually going to get this medical tool upgrade, so hopefully we could heal Robert's twisted ankle. So let's do it. We're going to use the scarp metal and the bones to... And we're going to tell Robert and Juju's to do it. They don't like to work together. How about Robert and Sir Edward? Yeah, that's better. Tell them to do it. Everything can always be done better. Yeah, I think Sir Arcus agrees. And then... Okay, good. So we learned that Sir Arcus is well educated. This character has received extensive education and can share useful curiosities in conversations. Right? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab actually just Robert, and I'm going to tell him to make a limb brace. So we're going to use rags for it. And we don't have any string. So first we got to make string. So we're going to tell Juju's to make a string. Make 2 string. Good. And then we're going to go back here and I'm going to tell Robert to make that limb brace. And we'll use canvas for it. Create. And then immediately we will use the limb brace. Should be here, I think. So that his twisted ankle, yeah, his twisted ankle is gone. Then I'm going to try to cook the meat. So we're going to roast the animal. I'm going to grab this musketeer. We need 2 people for it, so I'm going to grab myself and let's say Juju's. Oh, Juju's actually has a chance to recover AP, so he actually likes to work with me. That's good. Let's see if he'll succeed. He will manage to recover the AP. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I think he had 2 before, so right. Anyway, we've got food, so everybody could have a little bit of food now. Good. Next, in this shelter, I would like to do something to increase so that our people don't freeze. Simple cover provides anyone in the camp with a bit of wind protection. Using an object from the tool group increases the quality of the structure made. 2 people can rest in the shelter at the same time during the day. Additionally, rest reduces more fatigue. Or blankets. Rest additionally reduces freezing and slightly increases the character's morale. So whoever's resting is going to be freezing less. And I think we'll do a simple cover. So it gives us like wind protection. That seems like the best decision. We use needles for this. And a little bit of bones, maybe? And we'll grab Juju's and me for this. Optional, we actually have a knife, so we could use the knife to kind of increase it. This is going to give us a chance to increase the quality of the structure we make. Not enough resources. Oh, instead of the bones, we gotta put stone then. We've got a shelter here, so whoever's going to sleep there is going to be slightly better. No, actually it says for everybody, right? I think it said for everybody. So we've got an actions of rest. Alright, so we need... Oof. Robert has hypothermia. He's also the one who has the clothes, which is a bit unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to help with freezing? I don't think so. And rest-wise, we're gonna need somebody else to rest. Yeah, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go and rest. Now, Sir Edward has still 2... Sir Arcus still has 2 actions left, so I could make him do stuff. Question is what? Could I give some sort of a medicine thing here that would help us? Cold bomb. Bomb soothing the symptoms of disease and helping cold people. Yeah, could you make that? I don't have a vodka for this. Power tincture. Antidote removes toxins from the body. Limb brace and bandage doesn't really help us. Gather strength or care. Cover thanks to basic care. Does basic care help with being cold? Care. Remove unconscious, shocked, and sick. So not freezing. What if I make a torch? Would that help with Freezing, it doesn't. So we're gonna have to increase the temperature on this campfire. So let me increase it by something that gives us a lot of fuel. So charcoal? Jump to 61%. That's the best I can do. I cannot do any more. That's it, unfortunately. We also need a drink, so we're gonna tell Sir Arcus to filter some drinks. And we'll probably tell him to make maybe like a herbal tea or something out of it. How many people are thirsty? 3. Yeah, let's try to make like some kind of a tea out of it, like a fruit tea? Yeah. Do we have berries? No, so herbal tea then? We've got some mushrooms. No, we're gonna have to use the edible root, okay? Cook it. And then we'll drink it. So, we'll let... Does it help? I was gonna say, if it's a tea, it's gonna help them feel warm, but I don't think it will. We'll give it to Sir Arcus. Then we'll give it to Juju's. And to me. Hypothermia is problematic. Is dying of cold. If you don't warm them up, their health and morale will noticeably drop at night. His health is pretty high, so it's still fine. And we'll let Sir Arcus have a sip of water. Alright, we're gonna have to go to sleep. We cannot afford to do anything more with the campfire because we would, the camp visibility would be too high. Let's talk about a bad apple. I'm fed up with it. Everything you do gets ruined. You can't do anything. So you says that Sir Arcus? Come on. You talking to me? Of course it's up to you. Who else? Hey, you're teasing me now. Indeed, I can't even listen to you. Enough of jokes, you have to get this work to proper. This is not a guest house. We need to take care of fuel, decent environment protection, food safety. We either sit by the fire and whine or make something makeshift, after which something still needs to be improved. Ooh, camp morale full. I'm doing my best. It's your problem that you're always dissatisfied and have to move, adjust, untie, and tie something again. Why has my fate punished me with such a company? Let's talk about Jack of all trades. Just look at these stars. I see the great bars. The inhabitants of these regions say the great remainder. Oh, do you know the customs of the people in this area? It's great. Our rescue has just become much more certain. Please forgive me, but you don't look like an anthology professor. It's not like that. I'm not a researcher of primitive people, although I traveled a bit in Siberia. I just know the stars. I have it from college. Are you an astronomer? This is also great news. When we move towards civilization, your knowledge will help determine our location. No, I haven't actually finished these studies. Before you'll ask, the same is medicine, philosophy, and economics. Who paid for your studies? How did your family react to such a carefree approach to life? What did you do at university anyway? I was developing. I absorbed knowledge about the world, but above all about people. Contact with so many open minds shoved me from what hard problems our society is suffering. Nothing good comes from these universities, just subversive idea and future murders. Seriously? Oh man. Such as those we had the misfortunate to meet. I don't think they had college education, okay? And if they did, I think this was the reason of that, but okay. The university is a breeding ground from the mind, a place where different classes and nationalists meet without factors of superstition and etiquette. I was thrown out 4 factors, but I owe more to these faculties than to other successes. At least you read the directions of the world from such locations of the stars. Yes, but I was taught that by my uncle the sailor. Ooh, everybody's very happy with that. Thank you, man. Skip this? Camp morale is pretty low now, which is not great. Hopefully it's not going to be a blizzard anymore. Ooh. The reasonless needles which you laid out in the medical point attracted the local fauna and above all some very curious beetles. It turns out that there's a whole bunch of them under the bed. You spend the morning catching the filth laboriously. Now the question is, do they taste better than they look? Ooh, so we get extra food. That's not too bad. So first thing we'll do is we're gonna give everybody some food so everybody's not hungry. So everybody except Juju's is not hungry anymore. We'll give Juju's some bugs to eat. Even more? Good. So now he's not hungry anymore. He has hallucinations though. A hallucinating character has a good chance of failing any action, but in return increases their morale. So maybe we should send him to do expedition. We don't really mind if he loses too many points there. Also, I think it would be a good idea if we actually build this large water filter. So we're going to use Sir Edward and me. Ooh, actually, it's nice to spend. Ooh, Robert's like to spend time with me. I don't like to spend time with him, but he apparently likes to spend time with me. Why waste so much wood? Less is enough for me. So this is going to help us because we could get more water with a single action, which I think would be quite nice. Alright, good. So, I am going to... Actually, could we upgrade this? Could we create another bed here? Like, if we used... We could have 2 beds. So I'm gonna grab myself and again him. And we'll do it together. I can't stand it. He loves to spend time with it. That's kind of a funny combo. So 2 people could rest now, which would be really, really nice. And next, I'm gonna send the boys to go on the expedition. I don't know if they like to go together. Actually, before we do that, we need to take off the clothes from Robert. And we're gonna send the other 2. So we're gonna send the Jujus and Sir Arcus. And we're gonna give the knife... Let's give the knife to Jujus. It's oil lamp, really good kindling. I guess I could give it to him. I don't know if they're gonna use it, but we'll try. Also the broken weapon. They have pretty high trust together. They didn't like each other too much, but it's alright. We'll move upwards and try to kind of search. Found not much, just a few poisonous mushrooms. Let's keep moving around. Wish we could find some ammo, it would be really nice. Ooh, a lot of resources, that's not bad at all. It's an easy area, good. Ooh, there's some renegades, they're gonna have to run from that. Oops, what happened? When in danger, the body sometimes acts instinctively and the mind records events with a certain delay. It seems to you that first the ricochet chipped off a piece of a park right next to you, and only then you heard the bang of the shot echo through the wide alley. Another bullet hit the frozen embankment, accidentally creating a sophisticated shape in clay. Only then did you start to run. I think we had this already, didn't we? I think so. Let's run towards the trees. Reach your grove. Yeah, this time you made it. Yeah, I think we had this. So we're just gonna go back to camp. We've got some action points left, so we're gonna have this guy try. Actually, he should probably just treat himself because he's in shock and all that. So let's here. I want you to take care of yourself. Could you make a medicine for yourself then? Bandage. Ooh, this guy's bleeding. Don't treat the wound. Infection may get into it. Okay, so let's treat a wound. So bandage for every bleeding. Alright, so we're gonna let Jujus make a bandage. And then we're gonna give it to Sir Arcus. Great, so you are going to need to use your bandage. Where is it? It. I have to find it. I did just make it, didn't I? Split wood. Did he fail at making it? Yeah, I could give him clothes, but we don't need that. If you... Guess we're gonna have to make another one. A wound dressing. Oh, so we actually have to grab it here. Stitch the wound to speed up the healing process and reduce the chance of infection in the body. I don't know if we need to do wound dressing or if I think we need to make the... So let's try to make the bandage again with Robert. You make the bandage. Yeah, it's gonna cost him all of his actions because he doesn't like to do things like that. But... yeah, I still don't see it here. Okay, so the problem was that Jesus actually failed at it. So we're gonna use this bleeding on Sir Arcus. Nice, he's not bleeding anymore. I'm gonna tell Arcus to rest. And we're also going to tell... we're going to tell Robert to rest as well, because... wait, cancel? So we'll tell Robert to rest, we'll tell them both to rest, and we're also going to tell Oh, because he's... Okay, so we're gonna cancel the resting first. Okay, we'll do it one more time. We'll cancel the resting. We'll first tell Sir Arcus to filter water. So we get 6 water now, which I think is really, really good. Everybody's gonna have a drink. And then we're going to tell Sir Arcus and Robert to rest together. Go. And everybody can have a drink as well. Okay, so nobody is thirsty. Cam visibility, I'm gonna put 1... No, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, actually, I didn't realize that you can just go back to lower the cam visibility. That's cool. Did it cost me the mold? I'm testing out. It did. It doesn't matter because I don't really care about the mold. I just wanted to see how it goes. These guys are freezing. Yeah, nothing much I can do about that. So let's just go to the night. Alright, we're going to talk about... Let's seek a better shelter. Listen, I have an idea. The tracks on this section have been built recently, and every few dozen worse, there should be a hut of workers who were cutting down the railroad ties. Perfect idea, so we just have to explore the area within a dozen of worst, right? He doesn't like that. Explore it yourself if you want to. If you raise the finger to do a decent job, you might know that it's worth checking the tracks. There are no loggers' huts by the tracks. But there are markings for the commissioners. The mile marking on one of the ties should tell us where to look for the workshop. Now you're talking. So let's check the tracks immediately. Such a forest that will not only be better shelter, but probably some equipment has been left in. Why are you talking about it just now? Talk all the time, but nobody is listening to me. Let's talk about where are we. Listen, does anyone know where we are right now? Don't say that in the woods or trouble, because I know it even without asking. Somewhere on the line of the Trans-Siberian Railroad. Before the disaster, we crossed one of the influences of Salanga, and the last stop was probably in Masovia. Apparently very nice. Oh, I'm a socialist. This character rejects capitalism and promotes the idea of social justice. Same for, I think, this guy. Same for Jujus. In other words, we're in the heart of the land, to which our tyrants and social workers were former statesmen and generally anyone who wanted the people to have a better life. Maybe it's not so bad as we think. If this is the center of Altruis, maybe there are some settlements of hospitable Siberians or hunting rooms with a stove and provisions. Is it far from here to Baikal or Birshnenuk? Don't make fun of a serious matter. The Tsar has sent prisoners here exactly because they had a hard time and so that they could not escape. What an irony. The Tsarism is already overthrown and the fate has sent us here like more prisoners of conscience. Ooh, she likes that. Or I like that, I should say. Skip this all as always. It felt the morale. I thought it would... Because we were kind of friendly, I thought it would increase the morale, but apparently not. Spark shot from the campfire and the fallen needles of your shelter caught the flame in an instant. Only quick action saves you from tragedy. Unfortunately, extinguishing the flame with snow violates the structure. If you don't want your den to fall apart, you will have to deal with its arduous repair. Shelter is under snow. So, what do we need to repair? Probably everything, really. No, the workshop is pretty fine. The campfire, everything's like 50%. We're gonna have to unsnow this. We're gonna tell Sir Arcus to remove the snow. Okay. Now, we don't have any good food. We've got some bugs. Could we cook something good? Like a stew? But no meat? Delicious soup. Cost us some beans. Need more water for that. Alright, so first step, let's go first do the expedition. So I'm gonna go probably myself and with Robert, since this guy doesn't have any action points. And clothes-wise, I'm gonna grab the clothes and we're gonna put the knife to Robert. Robert, have a knife. Ooh. He likes me a lot. I like him very little. But I trust that he wants to do the right thing and I trust his skills, okay? And also, my typical adventure buddy is not available, so I'm like, okay, if I have to. I'm like, come on Arcus, it's time to go. Not today, I'm too tired, I can't go. Really? Am I gonna have to go with Robert instead? Ooh, let's go hunt some animals. Robert, you have been bugging me to go on a journey with me for like days now. So I want you to show off, and I want you to kill this animal for me. It's not a problem, okay? Consider the animal dead. At this time, the fog rises, limiting visibility. Go towards the emerging crowns of trees so that you always have a reference point, not to go astray without a goal. The snow crunches under your feet, making it difficult to walk. After reaching the trees, you decide to stop for a moment to set a new azimuth. And then an expected resident of the forest emerges from the milky white, a young reindeer. It sees you, but doesn't run away. Instead, it kicks its front. He's aggressive in the snow, perhaps preparing to charge. Retreat calmly, try to run up and catch, get between trees, throw a knife. If you can't, if you miss it because it's standing in front of you, I'm going to be really mad, Robert. Well, maybe stop trying to distract me and let me do it. Did you make it? Did you make it? Yes! I told you I will make it. Okay, I'm happy. I'm impressed. Alright, let's go search some more. He's still got action points. The loss probably is pretty high though. I think we're gonna have to go back. Ooh. Darn it! You came out of the twig for just an uncovered clearing with a stump full of holes. The sun is already set, so your chance to return to camp is slight. You need to get ready to spend the night in the uninhabitable taiga. You're sure that this place is often visited by the renegades, but why would they venture here after dark? You'll spend the night on the edge of the forest with a view of the fired upon stump, but wouldn't you go rather deeper? Go deeper, it's not worth risking. In the fallen needles around the stump there were some bullet shells, suggesting that the attack set up a shooting range here from time to time. The more willingly you prefer to move away now and seek shelter in a safer place, but maybe it's worth coming back here during the day, being careful. Anything that the renegades have abandoned can prove invaluable in our situation. So they're gonna stay there actually, which is not great because we can't help them to eat or anything like that. We've got Jujus here who can... First of all, you should both have a drink. And then Jujus, I want you to first filter water and then make some food. If we can. Could you make us like a delicious soup maybe? Yeah, cook that. We can both have some food. We are not starving. And also... we're gonna add some mold into the campfire to increase temperature. Now we're gonna leave it 25%. And I'm also going to tell Jujus, could you make some interesting tools maybe? Let's make me a shovel. This is going to help us actually, or a hammer. Let's make a hammer. It's going to help us for building and processing materials. Let's do that. Also, by the way, check our health. Our health and morale is pretty good. Okay. And you could both rest here. Oh, actually, only one of you. I thought we had... No, both of you can rest. Yeah. You can both rest there. Good. While me and Robert are stuck in the forest. We're gonna have a very nice sleep there. Are we gonna only have 2 people for the night now? Yes. That's actually cool. Can Siberia surprise with anything else? Well, maybe. The table we're working at has been poorly secured, and when the night frost cut the soil, the whole workshop began to slide dangerously into the nearby ravine. You rush to save it, it's so heavy. You've made a lot of effort to stabilize the structure. We have to say it clearly, we're stuck. What do you mean? It's been several days and we haven't figured out how to get out of the taiga. On the tracks it's far away now, everywhere. The river is non-navigable. We haven't even found a better place to sleep because we're only here somewhat hidden. We have a chance to hear the oncoming train. If it arrives at all, I'm slowly starting to lose hope for that too. We have to accept the fact that we need to expand this camp. We must provide better thatched roofs and wind protection. It's not the time for a makeshift. We don't know if we'll be able to make it to be here for a week or a month. Do you think we can survive that long with these thugs around? We're still alive and that gives us some hope. We're able to face away any threat as long as we cooperate and prepare properly instead of passively giving up to fate and waiting for who knows what help. Ooh, it increases camp morale a lot. The captain is missing. It was to be expected. He set us as a bait for the renegades. Ooh, I actually think that Robert chose to save me? Or it does, because I accepted that Robert is the captain by now. You know what? I got over it. Yeah. Come on, don't be suspicious. I don't think so. Robert likes to boss everybody about, but he's no cynic. He says what he thinks. If he set us up for shooting, he would first indicate where to sit and assign roles. So how do you explain his disappearance? Maybe something has happened to him, or he can't see the camp in a snowstorm and return. Well, I'm not moving from here. If you want to go looking for him, go ahead, but I do not advise it. If good intentions could help us, we'd be now drinking hot cocoa in Vladivostok. So they're sort of, you know, befriending each other, you know, hanging around, having a good time, while me and Robert are freezing somewhere, terrified, okay? These guys are like, it's gonna be good. Expedition happily returned to the camp. They managed to collect so much. We actually, so I was wondering, I thought we might not have any action points. We actually do get some. I think we need to warm ourselves up or actually get possibly like a cold bomb to help with the hypothermia. But I think we're gonna leave that for next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, write down in the comments and click on the right to watch the next one, or you can watch Wanderlust. I'll see you there. Bye bye.